Yeah.
Perfect, thanks.
So yeah, please encourage her to take brown tea. Let her do a little experiment for it. It's not going to do any harm. Okay, so ask her to take brown tea and the alkaline cup. I often get asked, how does alkaline cup help with hypertension? What it does is it regulates the flow of blood, or what we call viscosity, and that what contributes to a drop in blood pressure. This morning I had to help someone answer a question on social media. Listen, as distributors, we don't have access to certain information, right? And we are not all health professionals, right? And we don't even know where to search for information. We have got Uncle Google, but you can't trust everything from Google, right? So I have got access to Science Direct, where I can search for articles. Not many of us do. And it's not your responsibility to defend the scientific and the medical background of each product. Yours is a distributor, and so you will sell the benefits of the product. If anyone wants more information, rather tell them, go and do your own research. All I know is that this is what the product does. Should you need more information, I can try and get somebody that can give us the background. But you shouldn't find yourself defending the company. It's not your duty. We're not all medically inclined.
Okay. I just want to find out about the asthma and the stress.
And the?
Stress.
Stress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have asthma. But now it's been too long, but I'm only using the pipe. Every time when I go to the doctor, they just give me a pipe. So there's anything maybe I could use to drink?
Okay. So please continue taking your asthmatic pump. However, I do know that there are reported cases of an improvement when using the Longrich mouth freshener. Have you heard of it?
I just found out about this thing 2 weeks ago
about the
Longrich.
The mouth spray.
No, the Longrich.
Oh, about Longrich.
I didn't know about it. I just found out. I came with that lady there. She's the one who introduced me.
Thank you so
much.
Now
I just want to find out, because I did the research and I'm looking for something that could help me, because I'm also struggling with the stress. There are a lot of things that I'm doing.
It's stress because of, is it productive stress, or is it, because you're saying there are a lot of things that you're doing, so I'm just trying to make sure that I address your question properly.
Okay, but the stress about maybe like want something to happen that time, and then I'm running out of deadline or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so
because no, I'm into production event thing.
Yeah. Well,
so sometimes we're struggling to have something to happen, but now we we're so shy, and then
Okay, so I mean, look, in terms, I mean, maybe you have to look at your time management. I'm just deviating a little bit away from the product so that we can be a little bit more realistic. I'm not going to stand here and say, take green tea, it'll take your stress away, right? Okay, so here's another thing about the N-iron strip. What N-iron does is it reduces stress levels in the body. So you can just wear the N-iron strip under your foot. Sorry, the panty liner. Okay.
Can you please explain again?
You need me to explain that. Do you have a panty liner? Okay, we don't have a panty liner. So this is what we call the N-iron strip, or I'll say green strip. I just have to constantly remind myself to use the layman's term. This is the green strip, right? This green strip has got a molecule called N-iron. N-iron is the vitamin of life. We have N-iron in our bodies, but the levels get depleted. The opposite molecule to N-iron is called cation. Cation is a positively charged ion. We get that molecule from electronic devices, such as your cell phone, your laptop, and other electronic devices. I'll give a perfect example. So with my phone in my hand, right? It releases, whenever it's active, through magnetic energy, it releases cation. These are easy entry points, body entry points. So my body is absorbing the cation. Cation, as soon as it gets absorbed inside the body, it does the complete opposite of what anion does. So anion reduces stress levels. What will cation do? It will increase stress levels. Anion makes the process of healing faster. What will cation do? It will make the process of healing slower, right? It activates the body's own natural healing mechanism, the anion. Cation does not do that. So if you are sick and you want to recover quickly, put your phone away. A research that was done by a Japanese company, because they're also looking into designing what they call a cation shield. They want to come up with a cover that's going to prevent cation from being released from the phone and having our body absorb it. So they checked at the levels of anion. In the forest, there are higher levels of anion. Sea levels, moderate levels. As soon as they came into an industrial area, the levels of cation were higher than anion. So stress is caused by a lot of things. So anion is the vitamin of life. It's that molecule that we all need. So when you wear your panty liner under your foot through magnetic energy and far infrared, and as soon as there's friction, the magnetic strip releases the anion and it gets absorbed into your body, travels through the bloodstream. Does it make sense? Thank you. You can clap hands for me. So that's what you can do. But another thing that you can also try and is to look at your. I know. Chasing deadlines. It's part of life. But maybe look at other ways that you can try and manage your time. But what you could do is, if you're working under stressful conditions, maybe you need to focus. Maybe it could just be that you are tired, concentration levels are low, a little bit of creativity is needed at that time. You can make it a habit to drink water from the alkaline cup, because you're also taking anion orally. So you can take water from the alkaline cup. What anion also does is it gives the body energy. Additional to that, you can take the Longrich Cordyceps militaris coffee. It helps with improving concentration. It helps with brain functioning, so concentration, attention, focus, and so forth. So those are some of the products that you can look into just to support your body. Okay, and please come back to us with testimony. This is how the alkaline cup looks like. Yeah. Okay. There's another question.
Yes, I have a question about the panty liner. I just want to clarify something. I don't know how true is this. When they're using a panty liner, they're saying that the ladies, it flushes out the contraceptive, makes them fall pregnant. So I just want to know if it's safe. A lot of ladies, when you're selling a panty liner,
are they pregnant?
They say they don't want it.
Are they pregnant?
Most of them, they say they fell pregnant because of the panty liner.
Okay, what were they using?
The panty liner.
No, as a birth control.
Okay, injections. Like ladies, they ejaculate.
Okay, so I actually would like one of them to come up front. I really would like one of them to come up front. So here's the thing about the, I explain scientifically what's in the panty liner. It does not interfere with hormones. Okay. So they shouldn't fall pregnant.
I gave them the penduliners to their mother to use them, but apparently they stopped to use them because the blood is coming more often than before. And I stopped on that one.
The pad or the panty liner?
The penduliner.
So the panty liner is a small one that they
Small
wear
one,
every day.
yes.
Yakir.
Yes.
Okay, so when they go on their period every 28 days, ne, they
Yes.
use the pad, ne? As soon as they are on their period, ne?
Yes. No, I gave them
For
the
4 days, Akir. 4 to 7 days, Akir. And then they stop. They stop.
No, initially I gave them the penduliners.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they used them with their mother, but on them they say it's coming. The blood is more than usual, than before.
So what do they use when they are on their period?
They use the pads,
Which one?
no the ordinary ones.
Or can we do things the other way around? Can we give them Longrich pads?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the second question is the mosquito spray. Can you use it as this for this corona thing as a sanitizer?
Okay, so we're using it to sanitize, ne? So here's the most important thing about this coronavirus. Actually, the sanitizer that's outside's got 60% alcohol, so please go wash your hands, ne? It's not effective. Ne? We need more than 70%. Ne? So mosquito spray has got an alcohol content of 75%. So you can basically go home, ne? And Hansa or Castle Lager, what's the alcohol percentage?
4.5.
Oh, it's 5%. Oh, it's too little. Vodka. You can go home, get vodka. Is it 43%? Let me come back to you. I'll get back to you. But any 100% alcohol, you can take it and just, or 70%, anything above 75%, you can use it to destroy the virus, not the bacteria. Ne? People have been talking about corona, bacteria, and germs, and it's a virus. So you need an alcohol content. Whatever that you're using must have an alcohol content of more than 70%. So here we are, ne? And I've just discovered that their sanitizer does not meet the requirement of the WHO. But there's a mosquito spray that's got a 75%. So if any one of us is infected and we touch that person, we will end up being infected if we touch the nose, mouth, and the eyes. However, if we don't and we go wash our hands, we are protected. Say there is no water and soap. What are we going to do? We can use the mosquito spray because it's got an alcohol content of 75%. We use it, and then when we get home, we can wash our hands. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sorry, I was just,
Can I go back to the lady with pregnancies? There's something that I need to clarify. So 3 ladies that I know who were on a patch, hence I asked what were they using. No. Their method of use. You said they were on Narrow Strait or Depot. Yeah. And they came to you and said, I fell pregnant after using the Longrich panty liners. No. Not the contraceptive part. So what happens with the panty liner is it helps with secretion from the womb. So there are things, that's why women, you need to go, or LBOs, that's why you need to go and encourage women to use these panty liners. A lot of women are walking around with old infections. What the panty liner does is it helps excrete it out of the uterus or the womb or the reproductive system. 3 ladies that I know, they were honest enough and said, I didn't have my patch for a day or 2. They were honest enough, at least, to say a day or 2 I didn't have my patch. But previously, when they didn't have, they could go for a day or 2 without a patch and they never fell pregnant. And we do know of many cases of women who fell pregnant even when they were on a patch without using the panty liners.
Okay, so now I was just concerning what Ubaba just said now. About his daughter's
the panty liners.
Yes, the panty liners, and the daughter's going on
heavy flow.
Yes. Maybe what a few weeks, 4 weeks ago, my cousin, who actually uses the panty liners, was saying that she's actually now stopped using the panty liners because when she uses the panty liners, even though it's not her menstrual cycle, she would actually start going on her periods. Immediately because they were so strong for her. Okay. So maybe I was just saying, maybe I was referring to that, Tuguti, when they go on, like they would use maybe the kids or the daughters would use the panty liners and then you'd automatically, because it cleans, and then they would automatically basically go on their periods, because that's exactly what my cousin said. I'm not even using now my pads. I'll be using the panty liners. And
how was her cycle before?
That's the thing. Her cycle was not so regular.
Yeah.
And that was the reason why she went on to use the pads.
Okay, so let her use the pads for at least the next 2 to 3 months. I get her cycle was not regular before.
Yes.
Yeah, so perhaps it's starting to regulate her cycle.
Okay.
Yeah, if she didn't have a regular... See, if someone says, I never had a regular cycle until I started using the Longrich pads and panty liners.
So she must continue with the pads, not the panty liners.
The panty liners as well.
Panty liners.
Yeah, if she goes on her period, it's fine. She's got pads, she can use them.
So for as long as, basically it will also help to regulate, that's what you're saying?
That's what happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll come to you, but no. We need to keep
loud enough.
Okay, I have a question. I think maybe it's to SD Vivian. It's about I'm sorry if it's way off, the panty liners. When you put it on your shoes, how often must you use it? Can you reuse and so forth? And then in terms of removing it, does it not remain on your shoe, and how do we go about that? Because I used to have that problem of it remaining on the shoes. Yeah, so how often should we have it on and removing it?
Okay, brilliant question. So we all had the question, Aker. So an iron, once you activate it, it will remain active for at least 4 to 5 hours. And that's the case with the pads. Akira, we've got ladies who wear their pads for 9 hours. Or at least the girls, because they use one pad at school and then they only change it when they get home. So for at least 4 to 5 hours, the N-iron is active. After 5 hours, there's no point. Then you can take it out. So in cases where someone, for example, if somebody is suffering from some inflammation or pain, then they'll have to change it every 5 hours. Yeah. And in terms of sticking it out, we all struggle. Yeah.
Here's a question.
Okay. Sorry. I have a cousin of mine. She doesn't have kids. So she asked me about the panty liners and the pads, because last year, August, she went for an operation. They say it's for fibroids or something. So is it safe for her to use our product?
How old is your cousin?
35, I think.
Okay. I just want to clarify something. You asked an important question, is it safe? Are there any cases where women should not use our products? I would like to believe that there's safe and unsafe. So it means in certain instances, Longrich products are unsafe, ne?
Because when I told her about our products, she said there by the doctor, they say she mustn't use any panty liners or pads, just be normal until she falls pregnant. So I'm new there. I'm new here, so I just want to know.
Okay.
Because I haven't been here for long.
So whenever you talk to people, I will constantly keep on going back to your responsibility as a distributor. Ne? Assuming that our product knowledge is limited to what we have heard or seen. Ne? Safety is not something that we should be talking about. We shouldn't be saying, oh, it's safe to use it, unless it's a child under the age of 12 and it's a pregnant woman. If it's a pregnant woman, then we can query safety. But if it's a normal human being, safety should not be a reason why they're not using the product. Okay, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with the panty liners. She can go ahead and use them. So when I joined Longrich, there were obviously these people who came with these testimonies that were, you know, out of this world, mind-blowing a little bit. Some I never believed them. I've got my own cousin who had been struggling to fall pregnant for 5 years. She used the products, I think, 2 to 3 months, and she fell pregnant. I didn't know that she had been struggling to fall pregnant until she came to me and said, listen, I use these panty liners, and today as we speak, I am 3 months pregnant. Had been struggling for 5 years. She used the panty liners, pads, and the alkaline cup. And what she attested to was the amount of energy that she had. And yeah, then she fell pregnant and said, I've been trying 5 years. Nothing happened. Just 2-3 months after using the products, she's got a baby today as we speak. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Lesser, I just want to find out, what can we recommend for customers with eyesight problems?
With eyesight?
Eyesight problems.
Okay.
I've heard that from other distributors, they said brown tea is also one of those products. What else? Is that correct? And what else can we use? And also, there is this theory around having to activate the panty liner with water.
Okay.
Is that true or false?
No.
It's not. Okay.
I'm going to clarify that one. Okay. So if somebody has got, so people want to recommend brown tea for people who are blind. It's not going to happen. And when you're talking about eyesight problems, there are many reasons why somebody will have eyesight problems. Is it because of glaucoma? Is it somebody with sugar diabetes? Or are they having teary eyes, dry eyes? There are so many of them that we can't say, So in terms of good eyesight, berry oil definitely, and the brown tea. Huh? Can they rather go to the optometrist or just go to the pharmacist and get something? Yeah. Okay. And there are many reasons why somebody will have teary eyes, I suffer from teary eyes. And whenever, so I don't always wear my spectacles. I strain my eyes a lot. I do get tired of them. So a sign that I need to go back, it's teary eyes. So, we are not optometrists. So if somebody's got a special case, rather advise them to go and see an optometrist and get their eyes checked out. Yeah. Oh, yes. So one time I was giving a lesson, and as I was giving a lesson, I said there are different methods of activating a panty liner, right? Part of the reason why people took a panty liner and put it in water, it's because as soon as the strip comes into contact with water, an ion gets released. So that's a method of activating the strip, right? And there was a case of what happens if it's under your feet, then, it gets easily activated. And there was a funny question that came. And I said, well, if you're worried about the activation, you can just put a little bit of water and it will be activated. But here's the thing. After 2 minutes, that water is completely dry. So I was trying to explain the different methods by which the strip releases the anion. Yeah. How many boxes of pads are you going to buy for your Platinum VIP upgrade?
Okay, Dr. Lesego, I just want to find out so that I can have information based on the pads and panty liners. I get a lot of men asking about drinking the water that they use from the pads, or they're chewing the gel. Yes.
Where are you from?
So apparently they've been told that they can chew or drink, and then it's helping them with energy. And some women also do it for the period pain. They're saying it works better. So I fail to explain when it comes to this. So I don't understand
you shouldn't be
where it's coming
it.
from and why they should be using it.
You shouldn't be explaining it.
So how do I respond to a person who asks me as a Longrich distributor as to the gel being drank and all that?
Okay.
Because I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah. So Longrich never said we must drink that gel. My assumption is, because they use corn to make that gel, my assumption is somebody tried to demonstrate to a large group of individuals that that gel is made out of corn, therefore it is not harmful to us as human beings. And that person possibly swallowed the gel to prove to the audience that it is harmless. That's my assumption, right? However, nowhere on the literature did Longrich say we must drink that gel. It's wrong, and it must never ever be promoted. Now, with the strip, I can't remember, I just told you there are different methods of activating the strip, the anion. So they put the strip in the glass, and then it releases the anion. So they're drinking ionized water. However, for safety reasons, we shouldn't be doing that. The panty liner or the strip is meant for external use. So if they want water that will give them energy or anion, they can get it from the alkaline cup. Okay. It's no different to people who are going around and saying you can spray your mouth with a spray and use it to to sanitize. That's absolute BS. Okay. I hope I've answered your question, ne? So if they ever ask you, just be smart and say, according to health regulations, we shouldn't be drinking anything that's meant for external use. So that information that you received is incorrect and it's flawed. If you want energy, rather buy the alkaline cup and drink ionized water, or rather, put the strips under your shoes. Tell them, no, that information is incorrect. Yeah.
Okay, my question is, does Longrich teas clean medication? But can it clean the medication?
Sometimes language makes things very difficult for some of us. What do you mean by cleaning medication?
Okay, if you're a patient, let's say maybe you're an asthma patient, and you're using a brown tea, will it cleanse the medication? Maybe kind of disturb the medication?
No. No, it doesn't. Okay, Mamelang Khene, if we're going to start entertaining every question that we come across, we're not going to be successful businessmen and women. So when I joined Longrich, okay, what I do on a daily basis is I also supply medical devices to the government. Let me just declare that. All right? So part of the reason why I joined Longrich and I never looked back was because I did my research initially. When people were asking for certificates and all those things, I was way beyond that because my research had proven that what they had claimed was correct. I looked for the basic certificates, right? They were there. They met my requirements. So whenever I'm to import anything into the country, I look at the basics. If that which I am looking for meets the basics, then we are cool to go, right? Now, if we're going to answer questions such about safety and we're never going to become successful, we will be stagnant, right? Now, if Longrich brown tea is cleaner medication, as you say, then we should not be drinking any tea.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking this is I've got the customer, his asthma patient, and his doctor told them to stop drinking this because it's gonna clean them.
It's gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's that doctor? Yeah, cleaning medication. What I can caution you against is the alkaline cup, right? So if you're going to take medication or you're on any chronic medication, my advice is do not take water from the alkaline cup. I've now extended it to an hour. 30 minutes, an hour before, rather drink water from the cup an hour before or an hour after taking your medication. Alkaline water or anything alkaline reduces the efficacy of any drugs. It's not Longrich alkaline water, but it is alkaline water. Okay, that's the only thing that I would caution against. But in terms of, it's a herb, it's a natural herb. You must actually go and look at each content or the brown tea. Go and research. They've written the ingredients on the packaging. Read what is contained in there. You'll be blown away. Okay. I was informed that was the last question. I hope that this did not take away the platinum VIP mode, right? Yeah, but then again, if you're going to upgrade, you've got answers to questions, you are buying good products. Don't buy products that you're going to get stuck with. Buy products that you can get rid of quickly and get your money back. That's the most important thing, is to get your money back. Do not upgrade and sit with products. Upgrade, sell them, get your money back, and wait to see your investment grow. Okay, thank you.
By the way, congratulations with your 150.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. I'm so happy.
Longrich has introduced to us. For me, I see God in everything. Because the bottom line is, God in 6 days, He created everything that we know life to be. Right? And on the 7th day, He rested.